the meditation was going on, how my loneliness it's been with me for so long, And then especially when Ty brings it back to the inner child, the wounded inner child,
Yeah.
I'm so familiar with it. And it really isn't so painful now. Mainly because, if you practice this path, the contemplative path or the Buddhist path, for quite a few years, it's pretty hard not to learn how to welcome everything. So especially things you're used to being with, it's easier to welcome them and to generously take care of them. And it's easier with Ty as a teacher because he so deeply embodies, he kind of is the spirit of generosity, kind of incarnate. He's always just offering everything for the welfare of all beings, and he's not holding on to anything. So yeah, that loneliness. I remember thinking about it when I was very small. What is it? Why are we, feeling cut off? And before I got married the second time, I was in therapy with my now ex-wife. And she was very good. She wasn't very good at predicting the outcome of the marriage, but she was pretty good at predicting what was seeing and helping me see what was going on with me a lot. And she said something interesting, because my brother, who's no longer with us, was 2 years younger. And she said, I get the feeling that your mother kicked you out of the nest too early, which was about, say when I was around 2 years old. And I remember I was pretty violent towards my little brother when I was really little. I still have this thing. I remember nighttime we both were in bed and he was in a crib, and I don't remember if I was in a crib or a bed or whatever, but our mother gave us 2 bottles and I stole his bottle, because I liked the milk, so I drank the milk and then I took his bottle. And then, he was kind of schizophrenic, and then later on in life, he's like, and you stole my bottle, I don't know how he remembered that, but maybe because I confessed it or something, I don't know. But yeah, but there is a lot of pain in that because you're in you're still kind of half in your mother's womb psychologically the first couple of years. And then all of a sudden, my mom wasn't real emotionally stable. And I think having one kid was hard enough, but then the second kid made it harder. So there was a lot of that, a lot of my anger and emotional turmoil that later I see is like really fuel for the practice of Buddhism. There's loneliness that is sort of like being cut off from the island that Ty talks about. And then there's aloneness, which is, kind of the infinite expanse and timeless and unconditional acceptance of everything that is, that has no other. So that's kind of like aloneness with a capital A. So, and then at the beginning of the meditation, you ask what is home? So I was reading part of Ty's book, No Death, No Fear. And he says, when we chase an object trying to grab it, we suffer. And when there is no object to run after, we also suffer. If you have been a river, if you have run after the clouds, suffered, cried, and been lonely, please hold the hand of a friend. Looking deeply together, you can see that what you were looking for has always been here. In fact, it is you yourself. You are what you want to become, Why search anymore? You are a wonderful manifestation, a beautiful manifestation. The whole universe has come together to make your existence possible. There is nothing that is not you. The kingdom of God, the pure land, nirvana, happiness and liberation, all are you. So reading that, I think that's what he means by home, you know. And there's a lot we can take from that. You know, we can openly receive with an open heart that spirit of generosity that's coming through, that he's offering, that gift he's offering us. It's a very powerful gift. And so there's, you know, and there's a real confidence and strength there. Maybe not in conceptual terms so much, but there's a certainty to it. You know, you can feel, if you actually feel the being that's here and now always, that doesn't come and go, and that there's that the voice of that, if we want to give it a voice, you know, we can imagine it is boundless freedom. So it has the freedom to take a voice. Sometimes it takes a human voice. And it takes the form of Thai's voice pretty much all the time, you know, it seems, if you're attuned to him. And the other thing about what he's saying is he's saying that to all beings, not just to anyone in particular. So that's a very powerful teaching to the recognition of our shared being, that we all are that infinite being, the nature of which is infinite compassion and boundless freedom, and always here and always now. And, you know, my personal loneliness, when I open up and receive it and welcome it, it's not that there's no pain there. There is the pain there, but it's like there's some sort of intuitive, transformational process where it feels like Thai and his spirit is kind of drawing me in or up or away from the solidity of me into that realization that he had when he realized, when he looked at the moon and he realized his mother was always with him, that the going away of the physical manifestation and the memories is not, it's not like an absence. It's not like an absence of the love that we all share, you know. So he says, with breathing in we go inside, the way out is in. It reminds me of Suzuki Roshi, where he says, like, when we breathe, we're like a swinging door, you know, the air comes in and goes out. And we're just like a swinging door of air moving in from the outer world to the inner world. And Suzuki Roshi says that the inner world and outer world are both boundless. And so when we say, I breathe, the I is extra, because there's just one whole world that's not perceivable or describable in terms. But so it's not accessible through our thinking mind, but we can feel it and kind of embody it in the life breath, the life of our breath just going in and out. So the peace from that, you know, the peace and the freedom. Masters like Suzuki Roshi and Tai are saying, all you have to do is just remember that you are, the peace and the freedom of the breathing in and out, the swinging door. We don't need the idea of a separate I. Just be the breathing, be the living, be the love. And so, when, we say our meditation is difficult, well, how, that self is always here with us. And how hard is it to remember that we are? Not we are this or that. That's a total mystery. But that we are is obvious. And we are all the time. We just are all the time. Right? And it's part of the wonder, that's part of the wonder, just that we are. And then another part of the wonder is it's so easy for us to make it difficult. If we're determined to make it difficult, we can make it really difficult, just to remember that we are. But we are all the time, so how hard is it, really, just to remember? We always get reminded, even though we won't admit that we're getting reminded. We're always reminded that we are. So that's enough for me. Thank you.
Roger, what a beautiful talk. Thank you so much. You brought me to tears. I could feel you feeling what you were saying. Extraordinary. Thank you so much.
I was thinking about it less than I normally do. Yeah, thank you.
So let's hear from everybody. We have plenty of time. Deborah, would you like to share?
Thank you both so much. In doing this practice this morning, it helped me to realize that, this current status of my life is an empty nester and so forth. I had been thinking, it's because I'm a middle-aged woman with one child, and society has, placed me in this condition that is socially disadvantageous or whatever. I had a story, which I think has truth. I mean, I don't think it's untrue. But it helped me to realize that was there a long, long, long time ago. It was there when I was 3. It was there when I was 6. It was there when I was married. In fact, maybe even worse, to be in the company of that. So then I realized, and then there was a line about like when you sit, you go to the island of the self. And I was thinking, like, well, where is she? I've never found her. Where's this island? I want to go on that island. I hope it doesn't have mosquitoes. But I realized, like, what this is about is like a clinging. It's more about a clinging. It's a clinging to an ideal of life is not supposed to be lonely. Life in some perfect island is pristine without the difficulty of this. And I could just feel it. I don't know what came up, but it was something about being a child. And I could feel that little girl, like, oh my God, this is not new. This feeling is not new. What was I thinking? I forgot about it. And this feeling also, when I first began sitting, then that is the impetus that brought it. It was this desire to have a cessation of the clinging to whatever, non-loneliness, etc. But at any rate, I haven't found that island, and I realized there probably is no island, but this idea of the swinging door when I sit down, I don't feel any less lonely or any more lonely when I sit down. I just realize all of that goes away. The idea of, a perfect life, what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, society, blah, 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 blah. It just, the swinging door just knocks it all out. So I'm very grateful for that. And also, just real quick, I wanted to say, I probably won't be coming to this group as much as I perhaps have in the past, simply because I'm feeling the need more to do movement on Sunday mornings, but I will, and I'm going to be participating with Roger in a different group. But I want to thank you all very much for your time and tell you how much I've appreciated practicing with all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Deborah. We'll miss you. But you'll still come once in a while, maybe, huh?
I will. I definitely will.
Yeah. Good.
Do we have a volunteer?
Morning. I want to say good morning to Kimberly. It's so good to see you, Kimberly. Oh, gee, maybe because I've been practicing so long and also have, as an artist, have so many things that bring me to myself, that I was trying to experience that loneliness, and it was really hard for me to do. What it brought me back to, though, was the sweetness of being with my parents. The sweetness of sitting between them and watching TV with them and eating with them every night as we did. And that was just so sweet to bring that into my heart again. So I thank you for that. It's very hard for me to reach that feeling of loneliness. And I know there's a difference between loneliness and being alone, but I don't know. I'm just having a difficult time with that. And just appreciating that I don't feel that feeling. And yeah, so I have nothing else to say about it, but it's wonderful to be here with you.
So, Kimberly, Norma, the difficulty is, when if you try to seek for the loneliness, that's the difficulty. Oh, that doesn't sound so difficult. I'd be kind of happy. That's where the not finding would be finding something good. Yeah.
I'm happy for you, Norma, that you can't find any loneliness. I'm so happy for you. You still have time.
Hi, this is Kimberly bowing in. It would help if everyone muted themselves. It would help you hear me. Thank you. Can you hear me okay? All right. That's better. Okay. Oh my God, this was so meaningful to me. I have been lonely, I guess, all my life. And I'm having an experience, kind of a watershed moment. My
just now. Thank God, feeling acceptance for that. You know, acceptance. And that the profound loneliness of being married to someone with whom I share no values. I don't even, who doesn't even acknowledge currently, I guess, that he's an alcoholic and shouldn't drink and doesn't want the kind of peaceful life that I want. So, yeah, being married has been a very lonely state. So, yeah, and I really, one of the lines that really jumped out at me was that the universe, you know, that all the conditions of the universe came together to make me. My little girl heart leaped at that, because I guess I've often felt kind of tossed around by fate. You know, fate has put me here, the universe has put me here, and it may have given me an alcoholic marriage, but it's given me time and the practice, and I've been practicing a long time, and I'm so grateful, because I don't know if I'd be here without it. So, yeah, thank you so much. I don't have to fight my loneliness or pretend that I'm not lonely. I can embrace it and acknowledge my little girl heart that has been broken so many times, that life and the world and people aren't the way I'd like them to be. They're just the way they are. And that, I guess, is the miracle. Thank you.
Thanks, Kimberly. Yeah, that's a beautiful sharing. Boy, painful. But I can tell from your open heart that you've really felt the spirit of Ty's teaching and the power.
Hear you, Raj.
Oh, I forgot to unmute. Yeah, that was a beautiful sharing, Kimberly, from deep in your heart. So thanks so much for that. And yeah, I mean, it's like you really are, your heart is open to the practice and the spirit. And I'm sure that your husband, I forgot his name after all these years, but I'm sure he feels that. And it maybe doesn't affect him the way you would like it to affect him. But I'm sure it's a support for him. And it certainly is a support for you, you know, and we just never know how things are going to unfold or what people are going to do. But, you know, the power to welcome whatever is there and is never less powerful because of what's actually happening. It's really there and it's showing in your heart. So thank you.
Well, we have 1 minute if somebody would like to quickly share.
Thank you so much to both of you. It was beautiful, the meditation and the talk. I really, I like the idea of the openness, the in and out, opening those doors. Something bothers me, and I start to feel like things are closing in or for whatever, something that I am attached to, basically, like Deborah beautifully stated. I like to go, well, sitting is certainly helpful, but I also like to look at the sky, the open, and then to ponder on the insignificance of where we lived in a little planet out somewhere, and huge universe, and our little problems, seem to be so small in comparison, considering the perspective. That's basically what I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, dear. Our time is up. So we'll end with Norma. Do you have a bell? Norma? No?
No, I don't have the bell in my office.
Okay, I'll do the bell and you do the chant, okay?
Sure. Sure. May the merit of this practice benefit all beings and bring peace.
Here we go, off into our Sundays. We have a full moon gathering tonight, which should be fun. Around
Oh, wow.
5.
Good.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.
Yeah, love you all. Have a great week.
Thank you.
I might see you all from
Bye, thank you.
Colorado. Bye-bye. All right, that's done. So now what?